Hey guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker Magazine again and Wood Tramp Outdoors. I was just asked day before yesterday if we're going to be introducing any new knives that we hadn't seen yet. Man, the answer is yes. One just arrived to us that is dope, and I want you to see it. Hang on. All right, guys, welcome back. Back in 2017, we received a knife from LT Wright Knives. And it was a part of the 2018 Gear Review Expeditions. And when it arrived, I fell in love with this knife. It is awesome. It's beautiful. It is handy. It's dandy. It's the perfect size. You know, obviously it is of the Kephart platform. But when you look at this knife, everything about this knife impressed us. And it went up against probably, I don't know, 20, 25 other knives in that Gear Review expedition. And it came out on top. And there were some very, very good knives. And that year, we use a point system to decide on the knife of the year. And the difference between first, second, and third place was, I'm telling you, like 0.2 of a point. And that was it. But this guy stood tall. And we have had a couple of these in the shop, and this one I have held on to because how much I do like it. And you know, one of the things that everybody was asking, you know, because you know a lot of folks are trained that if it's not a big knife, it's not a good knife, and that's malarkey. You know, you don't have to have a big old Rambo hog leg to be successful, especially out in the bush. You know, and something like this is the perfect size as far as I am concerned, all right? But one of the questions that kept coming up, and we, you know, when you have a knife of this size, it's going to determine what you can do with it, right? This is not an axe. It's not a saw, you know. It is a knife that is designed to do bushcrafting. With that being said, because of the size, even your ability and your tasks are going to be limited to a knife this size. One of the things that you're going to find out is that when you're batoning, and you know everybody uses a baton, right? We did a video on building your own batons and how to use them because you got to do it right, or you'll ruin your knife. You might break it. But one of the things that kept coming up was, you know, the blade is too short. Can we see something in the 5-inch range? So we reached out to several of our friends and our partners that we do collaborations with and said, hey, look, if you've got a knife in this range, go ahead. All right, so this one came from LT Wright. It is the Genesis Scandi. It's a great knife. If you are looking for a EDC that is an all-around perfect knife, this guy right here is a candidate. But then, just a couple days ago, bam, this dude came in the mail. And this is almost exactly like this Genesis, except you can see it's a big brother. See that? You know, I can't hold it very well like this because it's going to fold all over the place on me. But you can see the difference. This is a true 5-inch blade, right? I'll give you the specs on it. First of all, the bones of the knife are the CPM -3V steel. Very resilient. It sharpens easily out in the field. Everything about this steel is perfect for a bushcrafting knife. If you're wanting a heavier one, overall, this is a 10-inch knife, full 10 inches on this. Let me see this here. And it says the sharpened edge from here to here is 5.5 inches, not just 5 inches. Okay, so it's up there, 5.5 inches. Let me see, it's got a Scandi grind, and like everything they do, it's got the hardened micro edge. It's on there. Of course, the handle is micarta. They use a lot of micarta there. Got a laser logo, and every one of their knives now, I think every one of them, have a 90-degree spine on it, so you can use your ferro rod with it, and it works very, very well. Now, full disclosure here, I haven't had this out. It's only been here in the shop for a couple days. I mean, you can see even the sheath. This one here that we've had, that's been loaded with bush butter a couple times. Same thing with the handle on here. You see that handle, how rich that looks? That's from bush butter. And same thing goes here. So we will bush butter the snot out of this. And the same thing with this micarta handle as well. And that chalkiness that you see on there, that'll all be gone. Because bush butter is great for the blade, for the leather sheaths, for the micarta handles. Let me see what else I could tell you about this. It doesn't give you the weight on this guy, but something else I want to tell you about the thickness of the steel. I don't know if you can see this or not. You know, the difference between the two. The new one is 5/32, so it's a pretty hefty blade. You know, not only does it give you the length to go through some bigger material in regards to batoning, but it also gives you the oomph to do it. And when you're striking with a baton like this, you know, I'm not near as worried about fracturing this blade. You know, they do a great job there at LT Wright Knives. We've not had any type of failure on our knives at all, so I wouldn't be worried about that. The lanyard hole in it is actually a ferrule that goes all the way through. It's just not a hole. And then he pins and chemically attaches the micarta. We've never had an issue. We also saw another knife from them. This is our third offering here. But we saw their GNS, Go No Show, with the saber grind on it. And that too was a really nice knife. We liked them all. But this is going to be one you're going to be seeing in the Gear Review Expeditions for 2022. And I just wanted to let you know it's out there. The price on this guy is $242 without a sheath. Very reasonable price. And then $286 with the sheath. You know, and these are dope sheaths. These are not cheap, right? They're made right here in Illinois. I think it's JRE Industries, but I really can't tell you for sure. But, you know, if you're looking for a bigger bushcrafting style knife that you could do anything you want, you could process large game with this, you know, some small game as well, if you're careful. Definitely could use it to build shelters. You can build traps with this. You can build man traps with it if you really have to. You can build sniper lays. There's a lot of things that you can do with a knife this size. So thank you very much, LT, for sending this our way. This is just a brief description of this knife for all of you knife lovers out there wanting to know if we've seen anything lately. This guy right here is a winner, and this is called the Illuminous, by the way. I should tell you that. It's called the Illuminous 5. That's it. Man, that'd have been terrible if I'd have done all that and not mentioned that. But that's what this is. And, I mean, come on. Look at that. A lot of control. I love this knife. So I hope that helped you out. Hope that gets you excited about looking at some other knives. And if you don't want something this big, you can always reach for the Genesis Scandi from LT Wright, because this is a pure bushcrafter's knife. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helped you. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and you'll be put in our monthly database for free gear. Sometimes we give away free knives. I mean, you just never know what we got laying around that we're going to give away. So until next time, you guys ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe out there.